This is your boy Rolando here on xyspark. It's Transformation Thursday. I just wanted to come in this space to talk to you guys a little bit about transformation and the process of transformation. Guys, as men, when we think about transformation, many of us we want to see the results right away. If we're in a relationship, we want to see things take off at the speed of light. It's as if we wanted to go down the runway and all of a sudden it just takes off and it flies one time. We don't want to know that we have to work hard. We sometimes prefer to not work hard. You know the expression work smarter and not harder. But when it comes to transformation, it's not just about working hard, it's about trusting the process. It's about allowing ourselves to engage in that process whereby we can learn from those experiences to become the best version of ourselves. So, if you really want to be transformed, you have to be willing to trust the process. Secondly, is if you're going to experience transformation, you have to be willing to become vulnerable. For many of us as men, when we hear about vulnerability, it scares us because no one wants to expose themselves. There are some things in our lives that we prefer to keep a secret. But if you're going to experience transformation, you have to be willing to become vulnerable. Yes, find a safe space, talk to somebody, get yourself into that mindset that you don't have all the answers and that there are some things that's confusing and hard for you to deal with, and allow yourself to engage in that process so that you can become vulnerable. Thirdly, if you're going to experience transformation, guys, you have to be willing to ask for help. I can relate. There were times in my life when I dare not ask for help. Why? Because culturally, it's not something that men do. Yes, men, real men, they say, don't ask for help. We work our problems out on our own. We find the solutions on our own. But guys, those way of looking at things, those way of experiencing life is outdated now. Yes, that is an outdated form of masculinity. That's more on a toxic side of masculinity. And if you want to experience holistic, healthy masculinity, you have to recognize that it's a brave thing and it's a bold thing for you and for me to say, hey, you know what? I don't have it. I am struggling. I need help. And so, if you want to experience transformation, it is very important for you to ask for help. Talk to somebody, talk to a friend, talk to a neighbor, find a life coach, find a counselor, and start working on yourself. You see, remember, as a man, we are harming our own selves when we decide to make decisions that will hinder us from growth. So you have got to be very, very honest and open and realistic with yourself that, hey, if I'm going to experience transformation, whatever it is that I need to do that's going to get me to where I need to go, I've got to reach out to somebody and get help. Yes, man, you're watching this video right now. You may be able to relate. Sometimes there are some hindrances to transformation. For example, we worry about what our friends are going to think if we go and ask to help. We worry about what our partner is going to think if we go and ask for help. We worry about what our co-workers may think if we ask for help. And we're not worried about what's going to happen to me if I don't ask for help. So I'm saying to you guys, let's get those ideas out of our heads. Remember that mentality is far outdated. It's interesting. One day I was engaged in a conversation with another male who said to me, Rolando, I've been struggling with my mental health. And I went and I spoke to a doctor, I got some medication. And then, oh guys, this is the big thing. This is the clincher. He said, I went and I spoke with my dad, and I asked my dad, Dad, I've been struggling with my mental health. Did you ever have any experiences like that? His dad said to him, What are you talking about, man? If you're having mental health issues, something is wrong with you. And he left that conversation feeling so, so, so disappointed. But then he engaged with his elder sibling, his older sibling, and he said to his sibling, "You know, I've been struggling with my mental health. I spoke to my dad, and dad made me feel as though I was missing the mark." What's that all about? What his sibling told him blew his mind because his sibling said to him, "Hey, guess what? I don't know if dad told you, but dad has been on antidepressant now for the past month and a half." Yes, that was what his sibling told him about his dad that he went to earlier. And so, if you are like this brother or are like me, you were raised in a culture where, as a man, certain things are unforgivable, certain things are unspoken, certain things are not mentioned. I'm saying that is an outdated form of masculinity. It's time now for you to understand and recognize that if you want to experience change, if you want to grow, if you want to become the best version of yourself, you have got to get out of that mentality, get out of your comfort zone, and recognize that transformation requires at least those three things. And I'll be talking to you again about some more ways to experience transformation. But for today, I want you to recognize that there are three things that you should never ever forget. If you want to experience transformation, you have to be willing to trust the process. You have to be willing to become vulnerable, and you must go and ask for help. Because when you do this, you will experience transformation. This is your boy and men's life coach, Rolando. Thank you for joining us here again on XY Spark. And we continue to remind you that at XY Spark, we believe that there is a spark in you. And if you want to find out more, hear more, we say to you, you like, you subscribe, you follow us here on YouTube, you connect with us, you'll see all our information, and we can talk to you some more about some amazing things that you can do to experience transformation and personal growth. And so I look forward to hearing from you, and you'll hear from me, and I'll see you again in my next video.